Hello and welcome to the Brother Slam. We're back with a Kingdoms Forlorn update coverage video today, a exciting one with lots of pictures, which is always fun. So update 77, factory trip update. Hi everyone, we hope you're doing well. We're here today with the content you've been waiting for a long time now. A report from Arson's trip to our factory in China, featuring tons of pictures, tons of them. Also, new surprises about core KF cards, then a glimpse of what's coming in Wave 2. The gears of labor are turning at a steady pace. There's so much content to share today, we don't know where to start. All right. Without further ado, let's delve into it. Fruits of labor. We're in production. As you may already know, Marson has been to China this month to visit Longpack Games, the factory we've been working with since ATO days, in person to ensure that everything goes smoothly. During this trip, Marson accompanied the production teams, inspected assembly lines, reviewed samples, and made sure that every part of KF meets the high standards we've set for this project. Thanks to his trip, we've been bestowed with some interesting behind-the-scenes content. Lots of it. But before we spam you the pictures, let's get the most important thing out of the way. First, everything is going well. We're very happy with how things are progressing. You can see how it's all turning out with your own eyes below. Good picture, very cool. Not gonna lie, love those pantaloons and boots. Spiffy as Marson. I think this might be long pack colors. Cool, cool, cool. With all the inserts. As a side note, KF is actually being produced in two factories, miniatures in one and all paper in another. We'll show you the minis first and then the cards. The Puppet King miniature has a special spotlight here, since it's our most complex miniature in terms of assembly, consisting of 3 different parts, the throne, the giant hand, and the king himself. That must be put together by hand. You can see how the process looks in the pictures. So we get the throne, the hands, and the man being glued on there too. So giant ring hand, everything assembled by skilled hands again here too. Funny little in joke there from ITU, I believe. I'm kind of surprised that this is the most complicated one though. Like there's clearly separation that would require it being different parts. But just 3 parts being the most complicated one, I'm surprised. I don't know, like this is clearly just in comparison to KF. I'm curious how it would compare to ATO. And looking good with the hat on. Somebody's going to get a copy assembled by Marson. Very cool. Saints miniatures, Pale Blood Worms. I love all the sculpted bases. The sculpted bases exist in ATO too, but they're like not that exciting generally. So these are a little bit more involved, which is very, very neat. Devour Dragon. So I was going to comment on this. So I scrolled through the update before, and it does show like the actual encounter info for this fellow, and it does have vantage points. And so one thing I was curious with this game in its final production form is, are they going to do like vantage points on the miniature that you can place your characters on? And I don't think so, because I feel like we would have seen it by now, and it's not something to hide. It's something that they did previously, and if they were going to do it, I'm sure that they would be stoked to share it again. Probably makes sense from like a costs and manufacturing point, a whole bunch more time and money and difficulty. But man, so extra and so cool. So I won't be getting this game myself, but I would miss it if I was. Just a really cool little touch. The detail looks great. Scales look awesome. The wings look a little soft, but that could just be being out of focus too. Also, just the angle top down might be hiding vantage points, but again, I don't think that they would hide it, and I think that would obviously be additional assembly points, which would make the most complex mini at 3 pieces seem unlikely. The Fearsome Devil of Smelted Fears, lots of motion, very cool. Might be a challenging one to paint, actually. This one, I've said before, but I think is my least favorite one of the bunch. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it, but it looks like a just run-of-the-mill board game miniature, and at the end of the day, all of ITU's games are board games, and they're all made like board game miniatures, nothing like Kingdom Death or Games Workshop kind of quality kind of thing. But like for board game minis, they're really good. And this one just strikes me very much as like this is your average board game mini, which is not great, but not awful. Just doesn't really grasp me. Frightening, isn't she? And then we have this charming Princess Chantel, whose name is a pun / play on chanterelles, and I'm here for it. This might actually be a chanterelle mushroom right there. It's pretty cool. And so yeah, just as a point of comparison, like this is kind of what I would expect from ITU. And then this one looks like it should be like a random 1 of 5 that you get in like a box of bulk D&D minis or something. Sir Ubar in his ape form, looking hairy and swole as heck. Very cool. Loving the details on Night Eater's fallen victims, so that'd be the guys hanging up there. Smashed in helmet. I like his helmet though. It's alien as heck and cool. Kind of actually gives me slight. I can't remember the name of the race, but from the prequels in Star Wars, there's a long-headed folks on Utapau, kind of mixed with maybe some of what are they called? The not precursors, but from Prometheus, the engineers. A little bit of that. Checking things out, conducting inspections. Big ol' thumbs up for the minis. Good stuff. Now onto the paper content. Prepare to see some pretty colors. I love some pretty colors. Note, we'll be showing off monster elements such as sheets and cards, possibly not shown before. For those of you wary of any spoilers, proceed with caution. Here's the box arts. Love what they did with it. I think the little mist things just really add a lot to it. Looks awesome. It's the back of the encounter board, I believe. The Dragon Bridge and some cities or something. I can't remember specifically. Back of the Clash board. Dragon Bridge. Yeah, they don't know what these ones are. Bottom one is my personal favorite. So there's a mob and some little things in the city. And then this one has a devil, king, or a vassal. So how they work, no idea. But cool stuff. I do, like I've said this before, but I've got mixed feelings on all of these little extra different mechanics on top of like the base flow of delving and encounters. But I mean, it's cool to have options, and there's so many different things in this game. It's huge. Marcin inspected the board, tiles, and overall paper quality. He checked for color accuracy and alignments, making sure that the artwork looks as stunning on the final components as it does on our, and sometimes yours, screens. Clash board feels solid, the folding is precise, and overall we're very satisfied. So part of the reason for checking color accuracy is CYMK versus RGB, which is like some different color formatting. I used to do this a little bit for work when I worked in publishing, but basically, I can't even remember now. It doesn't even be that long. But if I remember correctly, I think CYMK is what prints on physical stuff, versus RGB is like what, I might have it backwards actually, but either way, one of them is like backlit because it's all on monitors, so computer screens, cell phones, and that kind of thing, whereas the other one is a physical print. And because of being backlit, it changes the coloration. Which can't happen on a physical print. So that's why color matching and looking at the accuracy is very important. Terrain tile inspection. Terrain tiles look cool. There's also a lot of them. Like nice guns in the light. Very good stuff. This is probably like a daylight light, just to get like the most accurate visibility on the colors as possible too, which is pretty neat. Onto the boards, auxiliary. So first man, elect your hunters. Very cool. A fungi, concealed among the fungi. Yep, I'm here for it. A good mushroom pun. We love to see it. Wound, reveal the leftmost unrevealed BP. Reveal the lowest unrevealed BP. Decoy, look up a chosen BP card. Featured roots, this is probably going to be, yep, Bog Witch. So Bog Move, Stray 2, Poison. And Tangled. Critical would be Tangled in the roots. You find a memory of a life long gone. Clash Scavenge 2. No idea what anything of that means, but I do love what they did with the UI for these cards. And this whole game, all of the UI in this game is freaking beautiful. One of the cards with flavor on them, which was a big deal in the comments. A lot of people were like, hey, bring back the flavor text. Why isn't there any flavor text? Which I agree with. Like, some cards, there's obviously not enough room. But it really just adds that, like, elevates it, and I like it a lot. Beast Calling. Trigger the Long Howl trait once per clash. Escalate 1. Firstman Warriors. Blue Monkey wearing a giant rat wolf hat. Love to see it. White Ape Troll on his way to kick your butts. Young Devour Dragon. So this is the monster sheet. So Falling Sky, Ruined Bastion, Climbable Appendages, Dragon Feast, and Ground Scraper. Falling Skies. Do actually want to read through this. And again, UI looks lovely. Additional setup. Take 3 phase trait cards. Flying High, phase 1. Floating Low, phase 2. And Grounded, phase 3. And place them in a stack face up. Flying High on top, Grounded on the bottom. Only the effects of the top card are active. When a knight deals a wound, do not escalate. Excavation Clash. Remove the Grounded phase 3 trait card. Interesting. It's kind of like a mix of like a little Oathsworn kind of vibes in there actually for the different phases. Ruined Bastion. Knights may move onto the ruined wall terrain tile during their voluntary movement. Knights may move onto terrain tiles from ruined wall tiles, or the VP during their voluntary movement. Knights treat tower and ruined wall terrain tiles as indestructible during their involuntary movement. Climbable appendages. Young Devourer Dragon starts with the Clash with the VP unlocked. Dragon Feast. Add Your Death Becomes a Dragon Sacrament Judicium card to the Judicium deck. Love that. That sounds fun. Dragon Sacraments. I think that's got to be a riff on Elden Ring, right? I think that's what that's kind of playing with. Which, like Dark Soul, Elden Ring does feel like a big inspiration for this game. Let's see. I don't think there's anything else to see from that, but very cool, very cool. First Men, Lictor Hunters, Mob Ape Hunter, Battle Tactics, Mangrove Deployment, Taunt and Decoy, Seek and Destroy. Draw one Basic Tactics card, Resolve, Okay, well, we'll skip past that one. We love seeing how the colors turn out on all these paper elements, so it's also pretty and vibrant. Were those monster sheets shown off before? Well, they're here for you now to see. Just a reminder, every monster sheet consists of 2 parts, and what you see here is only one half, the prettier one. The back is probably all of the rules as the things level up and become harder to kill as you progress through the game and such. Bunch of terrain, looking good, looking good. Ooh, a Saint. Saint Hygia, the Beacon of Hope. Commandment, you cannot backtrack except by using a technique. Holy Infusion. During travel step, you may move through shortcuts. Full Miss, do not clear the night pool. Crit Miss, gain a crit chance. Each miss, Auto Hope 2. That's cool. So my assumption is it's kind of like a Nemo's card from ATO, where you level this up, and as you level it up, you gain those different benefits. However, the entire time you'll have to play with the commandment, so you can't backtrack whenever you're going through the delve phase. Incarnates, Errant of Basfil Incarnation. Treat all bird symbols on your dice as wounds. Cool. And +2 movement, and upgrading your die to a black one, and +2 accuracy, maybe? I can't remember what the symbols mean. But pretty cool. Haunts of Uchabant. Okay, this is an encounter board. Monster count 2. Interesting. Remove the monster from the board. Scavenge. Mob. I'm curious if this card is just for the encounter, or if it does double duty for encounters and the clash phase. I'm kind of want to say it might just be the encounter, just looking at this this map here. But maybe not. That could just be in general. The Haunt of Uchabank. Do you think they're okay? I do not think they're okay. That art is neat though. The back colors depend on the kingdom. Here you can see Principality of Stone and Wandering Monster trait cards. Devil of Smelted Fears, Knight of the Fen. Nice. Once again, love the UI, and although the colors aren't that different, they're clearly different enough. Stonemason Knight, same idea. Backs of AI and BP cards. Nice and clear, extremely evocative. Love it. So level 1, 6+, 8's Vitality, 2, I don't know what that means. Lodestone Armor, Architect of Destruction, Ruin. Ooh, these are really pretty. What are these? AI for Haunts of Uchabanked and First Men Warriors. Oh, those are gorgeous looking. What is this? A mysterious box making machine, or is it? Cool. As a side note, the colors on the back are divided based on which kingdom they belong to, which is why they differ. Cool toned grays and blacks for POS, natural colors for Wandering Monsters, and warm yellow-green for the Sunken Kingdom. Yeah, that yellow-green. Big fan. Card decorations. We know many of you are very fond of the little hand-drawn details and scribbles on our cards. We think they add a lot to the general atmosphere too. That's why we're very happy to announce that card decorations are back. We managed to include them in many game elements, though we were careful not to overdo it. The intention was to spice up the images, but also make sure it doesn't negatively affect overall readability. We believe you managed to strike a perfect balance. The card feels alive and rich in character, but are still easy to use when playing. You can judge the final effect by yourselves. We've attached a few chosen examples below. Let us know what you think in the comments. White Ape Troll, and White Ape Troll in the back. I mean, I guess I see what they mean from like the busyness, because it is busier, but I really like them. Examples of early game gear: Mystic Wand, Alleviating Ointment, Holy Pendant. Yeah, I almost like them more on the gear, but I don't know if specifically as they mentioned the readability piece, if they didn't mention it, I think I would absolutely love the sketches. But then again, these are also like little tiny images, so I'd have to see it in person, I think. But they almost make it do feel busy now. But it does have a lot of character too. Yeah, interesting. I thought I was going to love this, but I don't know if I do. Okay, so pretty. Yep, UI is great. Little art styles are great. Okay, these decorations will be included in the mass production copies of the game. You might have noticed when comparing monster sheets that they're missing from sheets on the factory pictures above. Don't worry, they will be added in the final product. Personality quiz time. Which knight are you? That's right, we've created a KF personality quiz. Find out whether you're chivalrous Sir Sanche, fierce like Kara, or mischievous like Fleischkreiter. I got Renholder personally. Not sure what that says about me. We posted the quiz link in last month's newsletter issue, and here are the results. Kara 29, Sir Sanche 24, Renholder 20, Paracelsa 19, and Fleischkreiter 7. Oh man! Kara is the winner among you. I think these two are my favorite knights for sure out of the base ones. So many brave and relentless fighters around. If you'd like to take the quiz, you can do so by following this link. Make sure to share your results either here in the comments or on our official Discord. Terra situation, engaging Marson mode. Now, on a more serious note, we'd like to address a topic that many of you are understandably concerned about. Regarding the upcoming delivery of KF Wave 1, we're well aware of the topic of US tariffs. Who isn't? And we're keeping a close eye on the situation. As many of you are probably aware, this issue concerns the entire board game industry, and posts regarding tariffs have been popping up everywhere. I've even written a little about something about it in our newsletter. Yeah, it's an interesting read. The most important thing for all of you is we're proceeding with production unimpeded. Similarly, the tariffs have no impact on current Wave 2 development or on our other projects. The second thing is that this situation will not impact our fulfillment regions. So if you're in Australia, Asia, Europe, or Canada, nothing changes for you. They send things out directly from Poland. As for our stance on this issue, considering how dynamically the situation has been changing, we already have several alternative plans in mind to minimize the potential impact on KF delivery, both on you and on us. These include storing US orders in China, sending them to the EU and fulfilling them from here, or going ahead with the original delivery plan. Of course, we're still on the lookout for the best possible course of action. The last thing we would want now is to make hasty decisions. We will provide you with the concrete details on our intended solutions closer to the container shipping date, end of May, beginning of June. The exact date, and ship names, if you like, will be given once the solution is locked in. Thus, bear with us if there's a possible minimal few-day delay, as our decision-making process and the container ship sailing schedule don't align perfectly. As a final note, to quote myself, and I hope I don't develop a habit, on the situation and ITU's general stance from this month's letter. We already have a plan, we have reserves, we will endure, just as we always had. We also don't plan on switching our publishing profile. We'll continue to develop giant, ambitious, original story-driven games. Hear, hear. Also note, for those of you who might be interested in purchasing ATO core or expansions through the Pledge Manager, there are still some copies available in the US hub, which will forever be tariff-free, though their quantity is limited. We're keeping our fingers crossed that these situation stabilizes as soon as possible. Thank you for sticking with us. Last call for late pledges. For those of you still considering a copy of KF, this is your final reminder. The Pledge Manager will be closing soon. Production is approaching its final stages, and what remains available in the Pledge Manager is simply what's left from our finalized production run. Once it's gone, it's gone. We'll be shutting down the Pledge Manager around the end of May, beginning of June, alongside the end of production. So, if you're planning to join the adventure or grab a few extra items, now is the time. Don't wait until last minute. Secure your copy while you can. Here. Next week, mass production photos. Title says it all. Cool, cool. Small note on enormity. Yep, game flights. This is all live. Go check it out. And then a quick tease of what's to come here from the Kingdom of Blood, if I remember. With the samurai kind of theme. Samurai Pope theme, maybe. And vampirism. That's it for today. In the next update, we'll give you the first glimpse into the creation of Wave 2. You know what that means? A Red Kingdom and Barony of Bountiful Harvest. Flowers, mushrooms, and rivers of blood. That's what's been on our mind lately. And next time, on June 12th, it will be yours too. We'll have insights into the Red Kingdom in particular. These blood-themed monsters are making our skin crawl. Rightfully so. Take care, and we'll see you in June. P.S. We're also preparing an out-of-schedule update to show you the mass production copy, so stay tuned. Almost time to see the real thing. Sweet. Yeah, all considering, like, good to hear that they're addressing tariffs. As to be expected, they've been through a lot of other things with COVID and such, and awesome update on the whole. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time, probably for that out-of-schedule update coming up for the unboxing of the mass production. So we'll see you then. Bye!